So schistosomiasis is another example of a disease that's transmitted through open defecation. So schistosomiasis is a long-term parasite that we get in humans. So you have a few areas that it infects. The Cercariae penetrate the skin, and the Cercariae sort of towards the top middle of this diagram, and they look a little bit like a sort of tadpole, but with a bifurcated, a forked tail. And so they dig into the skin, whilst typically people are swimming in fresh water. And these things are found in sub-Saharan Africa, over large swathes of sub-Saharan Africa. So if you're in sub-Saharan Africa and you see a body of fresh water and it looks like you would like to go for a swim there, remember that wherever there is any form of rushes or weeds, then you're going to have schistosomiasis. And so you should treat all freshwater swimming areas in Africa as a no-go area for a traveller. And so what happens is the Cercariae, which you can't really see very easily with the naked eye, they burrow into your skin, and then they lose their tails and they become schistosomulae. These then move into the blood and circulate through the blood, and they make their way into the liver. And in the liver they start to reproduce, and they start laying eggs. These make their way into the bowel via the so they make their way into the bowel and eventually to the rectum, and then expelled in either in the feces of the person, or they can make their way into the bladder and expelled in the urine, depending on which form of schistosome you have been infected with. So there's three which they mention here: Schistosomiasis mansoni, japonicum, and hematobium. So the eggs are released into the feces. The feces then gets washed into the water, and they release myricidia, and the myricidia then they burrow into the skin of snails, bizarrely enough, freshwater snails. And so these then live in areas of rushes, grasses and weeds that you get in fresh water. And so there's a secondary stage within the snail, which then generates these sporocysts. They then turn into Cercariae, these little tadpole looking things, and they go swimming around looking for another human to infect. So this is just another example of pathogens whose life cycle requires open defecation. So you see from both cholera and from schistosomiasis, it's just two typical examples of a wide range of pathogens that are transmitted in this way, why it's so important to try to ensure proper sanitation practices are undertaken and to try to protect people's water supplies.